This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Megas, and I shouldn't stay away so long when it comes to talking to you guys, especially now with it being election season. We are just a little under 3 weeks, I believe, until the November 3rd election, which reminds me I need to check and make sure I got my ballot because I requested it and Maryland's BSing right now. So I'm thinking I am going to just go ahead and find an early voting place and just do the damn thing. You know what I mean? Because, fuck, I'm not playing around with this shit. It is important to vote. Like, I will say this is the most important year because 2016 was the most important year. And I'm not saying this, like, in hindsight. I knew it then when it happened. A lot of us knew it then when it happened. But a lot of you didn't pay attention and let that shit happen. What the fuck? Oh, my God. But now this is probably one of the top 5 most important years of voting. Probably number 2 all time. Because if you guys don't get out there and do your damn thing, this country's not going to get any better. It's going to get much worse. In fact, much, much worse. So, there. But anyway, now on to reasons why. Again, you shouldn't necessarily take celebrities as the standard bearers of truth and sensibility. And yes, I am going to go ahead and qualify this by saying that yes, I do disagree with what this brother is doing. So, of course, I'm going to think what he's doing is batshit insane. But at the same time, I'm not going to quote unquote cancel the brother. And I'll explain why. Who am I talking about? Ice Cube. So, a Republican aide or someone on Trump's campaign, Trump advisor, whatever she is, shouted out Ice Cube on Twitter for his willingness to step up and work with Trump to help develop the platinum plan for black people. Now, this idea came up when Ice Cube wanted. Ice Cube's been for a while. If you paid attention to Ice Cube this year, he's been seriously stumping for candidates to throw financial help towards the black community. Reparations, in particular, has been his big talking point. So much so that in California, they've actually signed a bill to open the door to pay reparations. Now, this is to open the door. This isn't to give reparations, but this is basically to put the thought on the table. Which, you know, I don't know. I guess this is great for Ice Cube, but now he has this quote unquote contract with Black America that he's been pushing. And Trump, you know, being Trump, said that sure, he's willing to work with you to give black people $500 billion. The plan is to have $500 billion be given to black communities to help raise them up, you know, help better education, housing, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Stuff that, you know, people have been asking for a while. You know, to look out for the black community and to help in impoverished areas. But here's the thing. While the notion is well intent, the fact that he's looking at this as a positive and as a win, and more importantly, as a diss to the Democratic Party, who he said he brought this idea to both of them, and they said they'll discuss it after the election. And then he said Trump and his people said, well, yeah, we'll work on it. So now it's done deal. I'm working with Trump. I'm rolling with him. All right, so let me just get out my personal thoughts on his idea and the fact that he's now feeling like he should roll with Trump with this idea. Ice Cube is basically the type of person who I've grown up around mostly all my life. Growing up in the black community, the biggest solution to all of our problems has always been money, no matter what. For most black people, without money, things can never be right. Now, that is something that can be true of everybody. Being broke is no joke for anybody. But of course, there is something to be said about being broke and black in America. Given the places that you have to live, the things that you see, the situations that you're put into, because you're not given the same equal opportunity at certain things as other races get, in particular white people get. You're always running a step behind, and money just puts you further behind. Being in debt is just crushing. Being in debt in black in America is doubly crushing, I would say, because no matter how smart you are, um, no matter how good you are as far as no criminal record, clean and all that, there's still obstacles. Not saying that you can't make it as a black person in America, but there are definitely obstacles that are out there that a lot of us end up running into. Some of us are fortunate to get around them. And for the most part, a lot of that is attributed to money. We always see when a black family is in a better financial position, we feel like they get a better chance at sending their kids to college or getting their kids into college, getting them the proper education, things like that. And it's true for the most part. But the thing is, it doesn't improve the state of black America. Yeah, we have very, prominent black people, but they're not afforded the same rights necessarily as white Americans are. Yeah. There are still times when you're reminded, no matter how much fucking money you have, that you aren't considered equal in this country. The perception of, like, you know, white people who don't care for black people tolerating you because you have money, making things better, is ridiculous. But a lot of us in black America think that if we have money, hey, then we're at the table. We're we're somehow elevated, and things are better. And for some, it's just simple as I just want money. And I think those two things can sometimes go hand in hand because at the end of the day, you see a lot of people who feel like, yo, if you just give us some money, we'll be all right. We'll just give us some money. We can help the community, blah, blah, blah. They get that money and they do what most people with money do. They take care of themselves, their family, and they don't worry about the rest. But you broke, sounds like a problem to me. Can't help you. You know, thinking that if you are black and you have money, you're somehow, on a better playing field in life, it's just ridiculous. But it's such a simplistic concept because when you don't have anything and you see people who have stuff or at least give the illusion of having things, like, because being a middle class white American is looks a lot different than being, a middle class black American. Now think about how being a middle class white American looks to a low class black American. That looks like fucking the perfect life. Um, but it's not, because we've seen prominent black people deal with racism and not given opportunities because of their skin, to be held back in certain places. I mean, we talk about it all the time. what do you think the Oscars So White was about? And about how black actors aren't making money, although that's probably part of it. They're not making as much money as white actors and actresses, but they're not getting the opportunities for that for the most part. Like, it's about the opportunity. They're not poor; they have money. They're just not given the opportunity to shine and prosper and to do better projects and things like that. That's how it is. That is the thing. Getting a check is not going to better your status. It'll make you feel better and it'll make you be able to pay your bills and things like that. But at the end of the day, you can still fall to the same shortcomings that you were when you were poor. At least that's just in my opinion. So this idea of rolling with Trump because Trump says he's going to give $500 million, I understand it because again, while Ice Cube is definitely a have, he has money. He's not poor. You know, he made it out. He's prospered. There's still this thing in Black America, no matter what, no matter how prosperous that you are, that without money, things can't get better for you, at all. Um, and it's just such a half truth to me. That's just the thing. It's such a half truth because yes, money makes things better. It makes better for all of us, but it doesn't make you an equal person. It doesn't make them care about you as a human being and to give you certain rights. Again, they'll put up with you for a while as long as your money is coming to their pockets and you have the money for them to take from you. But they don't respect you. And you'll fall victim to the same things as a George Floyd, fell. So, yeah. That's just it. That's just it for me. I feeling like the whole, yeah, he's giving us money, so I'm going to roll with him. It's just such a simplistic view of politics because I've seen people bail on Barack Obama because he didn't make a promise to give black people money. And it's like, it's not his job as a president. Is it an issue that needs to be discussed? Sure. But at the end of the day, he's not supposed to just write that check. And that's it. Game over. So flash to this whole situation with Trump. A guy who's promised so much money to so many different things. He promised to build this wall. He promised to take care of the opioid thing. Think about this. These are two issues that reflect on white Americans and, with the wall in particular, racist, xenophobic white Americans. People who've elevated him to his position. And he's not done shit for them in either of these things. The opioid thing is mainly a suburban, white issue. Yet he's done nothing to help stem that tide. And that's his base. The build the wall thing for people who don't want foreigners coming into the country. He ain't do shit for that. Nothing. His companies have pocketed that money. The companies that he's tried to get contracted to do the work. They've done nothing but collect your tax money. Whatever money that he was able to swindle out of the GOP to put towards this project. That project. Ain't do shit. So you mean to tell me, Ice Cube, that you go to this motherfucker who doesn't help with quote unquote white problems is going to suddenly solve a quote unquote black problem? You mad at the Democrats because they're not out and about selling, screaming, yeah, we want to give black people $500 billion. We want to give y'all money. You mad at them, and all it takes is for someone that you've seen for the last 4 years do nothing but lie, cheat, steal, and swindle this country, who's basically defended people when they've assaulted, murdered, harassed, and mistreating black people. You are rolling with this guy who told a fucking racist extremist group to stand back and stand by when asked to denounce white supremacy. This is who you're rolling with. All because he, the liar that he is, promised that he will consider giving you a check. And I'm not saying you personally, Ice Cube, or like just saying Ice Cube personally, but that's the thing. Too many times as Black Americans, we fall for that shit. Someone promises to give us some money. Hey, yeah, he can't be. I mean, hate to say it, but it's part of the allure of Bernie Sanders with a lot of Black Americans. He didn't necessarily promise to give money, but he promised a lot of free shit. Hell, free shit that costs normally is just as good as giving me money. You're gonna give me an education for free, and medical care for free, and I don't have to pay those bills. Well, shit, that's money in my pocket. Too many times, Black American issues when it comes to politics can be solved by the promise of fucking money. When are we gonna stop doing that shit, yo? Seriously, like, I get it, and again, I get it. I've said this many times. If there were such things as reparation, it was actually to happen. Am I gonna say no? Don't give me that money? No, because like any other human being on the planet, you're gonna give me money for free. I could use it, and I would use it. Sure. But if the choice was between you cutting me a check and us building towards a better society to where I have that opportunity to go out and make that check without anything holding me back, without my skin color being a problem and being used as a weapon against me, no, fuck that check, because that's short term. That $500 billion that he's supposed to be getting for Black communities, that's short term when you think about it. Sure, you're going to get some Black people who get better housing, some better education, but who's the guarantee that all that money is going to go to the appropriate places? Who's the guarantee that even if the money does go to the appropriate places, that it's going to be utilized properly? And who is to say that after we get this money, there's going to be some like whoa, Black people got money. I guess we should give them a chance to get housing in this area. No, they're still going to do the discrimination in housing. They'll find a reason. What are you? Again, you can cut me that check, but if I have bad credit, my credit record's still there. They're going to look at that money and they're like, yeah, but you got bad credit, so because I don't want you living here or working here or something, I'm going to use this against you. You clear your credit, they'll find another reason. Because at the end of the day, as far as they're concerned, you got money, so you shouldn't be concerned about whatever happens from here on out. That's what you wanted, right? And this is the thing that has always bothered me about the reparations talk, is that I really, really feel like it will end up being used as another weapon, because it's just like how they do now with athletes. Because athletes are playing the sports that they love and are making lots of money to do it, when athletes complain about the social, political state of things, what are they told to do? Shut up and dribble. Or shut up and play. You making millions of dollars. The fuck you got to complain about? Exactly what they'll do when they give you a reparations check, or if this whole platinum plan happens. Your life as a Black person, as a minority, isn't going to be afforded any more, respect or equality. Sure, you'll have things, but you won't have respect. You won't have equality. You won't be treated like a human being. If anything, you'll be treated worse because, hey, you got money now, so shut the fuck up. And this is the thing that makes it even worse. You betting all of this to get to that, at least that point, on a man who's lied again to white Americans about the opioid epidemic, who lied to racists about building a wall to keep the people out. Lied about giving you better health care than ACA. Man's done nothing but lie. You don't think that he won't lie because he feels like, hey, black people want money. I'm sure that if Ice Cube, someone who black people like, says, hey, Trump's going to give you money, the black people will come follow me. And then I'll have to give him the money and it doesn't matter. Then I'm in office. And I know Ice Cube's not that naive. But again, it's just something politically when it comes to us. Money always seems to overshadow anything else. And it's because we lack education and lack understanding of politics and how things work. Because we boiled it down to such a simplistic thing, which is money. That's what Ice Cube did. He's boiled it all down to the simplistic idea of you give me some money and things will be better. Again, I'm not mad at him, but I'm disappointed that after all this time, being in the position that he's been for as long as he's been, he's pretty much not learned much more than what he's known all his life before he became famous. That's a damn shame. It's a goddamn shame. And it's part of the reason why I say you got to be careful about listening to these celebrities. At the end of the day, you know, everybody has an opinion. Their opinion isn't that much more better because they're rich or they're famous. It all depends on you and how you feel. If you are take everything into account and look at everything fully, learn, educate yourself on things, and understand. Don't just let them teach you. Because again, they don't know everything and they're not coming from a place where they knew that stuff before. And in the case of Ice Cube, he's clearly not looked to learn of that stuff. Because again, and why should he? He's made it. Not saying that that's his mentality. It's like, well, it don't matter because I got money. But at the end of the day, when you have financial like security, it's a lot harder to feel the need to, I would say, put the effort into certain things. Because at the end of the day, whether Trump's president, Biden's president, he has the financial health to survive through this. Unless Trump seriously goes and does, like, you know, to an extreme, like how a lot of people have been making the jokes about how we're going to end up in, like, a fucking, you know, basically totalitarian thing where, like, you're going to have people in gulags and all that. You know, a true fascist state. He's never going to see those effects because he got money now. So it's so simple for him to throw out platitudes like reparations and don't vote. It's so simple for all these celebrities who's over the years, like P. Diddy and them, to tell us, like, yo, don't vote. You know, the Nick Cannons of the world could say, I don't vote because it don't matter because he's accumulated enough wealth to where, you know what? As long as they don't retroactively tax him for the years that he's gotten all these breaks on those millions of dollars, he ain't tripping. So, yeah. Yeah. If you're going to listen to somebody famous, at least listen to somebody who cares beyond basic, simple things. That's all I have to say. Like, at least on that. Not saying you can't listen to celebrities, you know, when it comes to politics, but at least listen to somebody who at least has serious points and seems to put time and thought into understanding how politics work. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, sorry I rambled on for 25 minutes. It's been a while since I've done the video. Anyway, as always, you guys feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think and I'll haunt you later. This your boy Blak Makers and I'm out. Deuces.